Hello guys and welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to crochet this skirt. It's a bodycon skirt. Everything you need to make the skirt is in the description, so get ready and we can get right into the video. For this project I used a 4mm hook and the details for the yarn I used are in the description. So we'll first start off by making a slip knot. Next, we're going to make chains. The number of chains that you make will determine the length of the skirt. So depending on how long you want the skirt to be, you can make that much number of chains. I made a chain of 48, which gave me around 32 to 33 centimeters. Please make sure that you end your chain count with an even number because the pattern requires you to have an even number of stitches. Once you get to the end, we're going to chain one, that will be our turning chain, and then you want to work a single crochet into the first stitch. Into the next stitch, you want to work a double crochet. Into the next stitch, work a single crochet. And into the next stitch, work a double crochet. So this is how we're going to be alternating the stitches for the pattern that we're going to make. You want to work one single crochet, followed by a double crochet. So these are the stitches that we're going to be using all the way until the end of the chain stitches that we made. So this is what you should be having for the first row. This is what your project should be looking like, and when you get to the end, please be sure to have ended with a double crochet because you had an even number of stitches. So you're going to chain one, turn your work, and then into the very first stitch, which is on top of the double crochet, you want to work a single crochet. And into the next stitch, which was the single crochet in the previous row, you want to work a double crochet. So this is just an easy way of remembering where you need to work your single crochet, making sure you're working into the right stitch. So where you previously made a double crochet, work your single crochet. Where you previously made a single crochet, work a double crochet. But it's still the same pattern that we did for row 1. I'm just trying to make it clear so that you don't end up working into the wrong stitches, because the pattern requires you to work into the right stitches so that you have that effect for the pattern. So this is what your work should look like for the first 2 rows, and you're basically going to be repeating this pattern for the whole of the skirt. So it's really just that simple. It's actually really stretchy. You're going to see that once you're done. So this is the front and back panel of the skirt, and as you guys can remember, we started with 48 stitches and that was supposed to give us a length of about 33 centimeters. Both panels of my skirt measured 30 centimeters wide, and I got this measurement by measuring my waist and then dividing that measurement by 2. So I made the front panel to be 30 centimeters and the back panel to be 30 centimeters because the total measurement of my waist was 60 centimeters. So I ended up working 38 repeat rows for the front panel, and don't worry, this pattern is stretchy, so it should be, when you wear the skirt, you should be able to stretch enough to accommodate your hips and butt. Now you can pause the video and work the front panel, and for the back panel I added that space over there for adding a zip, and the same method can be used to make the slit for the skirt, but it's optional. Okay, so for the back panel of the skirt, I just want to show you guys how to add a zipper, because it's not necessary, but it will definitely make the skirt easier to wear. So I wanted you guys to have that option. So you're just going to continue working the number of rows. Once you get halfway through the back panel, we're going to leave some stitches at the end. So the number of stitches you leave should be equal to how long you want the zip for the skirt to be. So here I had 19 stitches left, so you can stop when you have 19 stitches. The number of stitches should be odd because you should end that last stitch with a single crochet, not a double crochet. But I wanted to make mine a smaller zip, so I was left with 11 stitches. Remember, the last stitch before the zipper should be a single crochet. Next, I'm going to chain 11 because I left 11 stitches unworked. So if you left 19 stitches unworked, you need to chain 19. Just make sure the number of chains you make are equal to the number of stitches you left. After that, you want to chain 1 and turn your work. And you're going to be working the same way we started, which is 1 single crochet into the first chain space. And then a double crochet into the next chain space. And you're going to be alternating the same thing we did for the whole pattern. We're just going to be repeating that. So into the very last stitch of the chain, you should be working a single crochet. Then into the next stitch that joins the skirt, you should work a double crochet. So the next part, you're just going to be continuing with the repeat of single crochet and double crochet until you get to the end of the skirt. Once you're done working the front and back panel, the next thing you want to do is to join the two panels together. And to do this, you want to put the stitches alongside each other. Since there's no right or wrong side for the skirt, it doesn't matter which side you put to face your right side or wrong side. So next, you just want to pull the string of yarn through both stitches. And then I'm going to be using a single crochet to join. So you're just going to work a single crochet through both stitches to join, but you can use different methods to join. I just like using the single crochet because in case there's a problem, I can easily unravel the single crochet, and it's also easier for me to work. So into the adjacent stitches, you just want to pull the yarn, pull through two to work your single crochet. Work 3 repeat rows, and next we just want to make a space for the button that you're going to be placing onto the waistband. So onto the third row, you don't want to work until the end. You want to leave a couple of stitches. I left about 8 stitches, and I'm going to be working one stitch, so that because my last stitch was a double crochet, I want to make sure that my last stitch is a single crochet. And then I'm going to be chaining 3 because that's the number, that's how big I want the hole for the button to be. So skip 3 stitches and then continue working into the remaining stitches. So at the end of the row 3, chain 1, turn, and work your row 4. Basically the same pattern of repeating single crochet and double crochet. So after this, I just added one more row so that I had a total of 5 rows for the width of my waistband. Finally, you can attach your button and then join the waistband to the skirt to finish up the project.